Hi, comic book friends. I'm Travis. It's time for an edition of What the Fugue, where I talk about what's going on with me in my world of comics. How's it going, everybody? Been a good week. Looking forward to this weekend. This weekend, of course, is Halloween. Saturday is officially Halloween, and on the Comic Book Roundtable, we will be on. I think a majority of us will be in some level of costume. I have the most diabolical costume cooked up this year. Super excited about that. Should be some great books. Of course, I don't have my books yet. I get my books tomorrow from when I'm filming this. And but still, really excited to be getting those books. There's Black Magic. There's it was one of the books I'm pretty excited about. Art Ops. You know, some of the new books that are coming out. So I think there's gonna be a cool mix of things on. Should be a good group of people on to talk comics. So looking forward to that. Anything news-wise I feel like I want to talk about? I don't really think so. I watched Supergirl this last week, well, this week, yesterday actually, with my family. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a lot of fun. Lots of great message in it. You know, take that for however you want to. You know, I know there's going to be the dude bros who are going to have, you know, fits and kittens over some of the message in there. But I think it's a legitimate message. I love the setting is very well done. Decent actors playing the roles. It seems there. It feels very good. My 14-year-old daughter absolutely loved it. And I think that she's part of the direct audience that it's going for. I'm just excited by it. I mean, I think it's cool. It's exciting to see somebody flying around the screen, you know, and that sort of stuff. So super excited about all of that. I think we are like, what, 1 or 2 weeks away from the next Netflix installment as far as like TV stuff goes. So that'll be the Jessica Jones. Looking forward to that. Rumors continue to fly that there's some sort of rift going on between Marvel television and Marvel movie, and something about because of that division and argument and fight that's going on, they're going to replace Power Fist in the TV show and the Defenders stuff that's coming up with Punisher, which would be kind of a shame, I think. But I don't know. That's hearsay, rumor, baloney, right? And what can you do? I finished a couple trades this week, basically. Actually, a couple weeks ago, I finished Sundowners, the second volume. The second volume only came out digitally as far as in single issues, and then they printed this volume, which is, you know, considered volume 2. Of course, I have the singles, the first 6 issues, so this is 7 through 11. All collected in one volume. I really dig this book. It's just really strange, hard to talk about. I know when the first volume was coming out in singles, I was hot and cold on it a lot of the time. I'm now kind of regretting it, just because of how strange it is and how much this book deals in the psychosis of a superhero, and you know, and lots of questions about whether or not what's really going on that these people are seeing is really in their head, or if it's real. And it seems like about the time you have it solidly down one way or the other that these are just unique individuals who are kind of a bit, you know, nutty, and they kind of play off of each other's nuttiness. Then it feels like that stuff's real, and something happens that makes you then believe that it is real. I really like the artwork by Jim Terry. It's just has a wonderful visceral kind of feel to it. Has in some ways a Ryan Kelly look to it. You know, here's the crows, and there's one of the crow. You know, that's Crotilla. I only think the only other person I know for sure that was reading this book and is reading this book is David Raccoonus, and I don't even know if he's got a YouTube channel anymore. Talk to him occasionally on Twitter. But in this issue, there's a crazy Santa Claus dude. There's this gang, and they are delivering the gift, and the gift is basically a new type of drug that gives you what you want, but doesn't really kind of give you what you want. So, but just freaking awesome as far as that just being weird kind of a thing. I really enjoyed it. Would like to have seen it go on longer. It's just kind of a bizarre superhero book, and has to have decent numbers for Dark Horse to hang on to anything as an ongoing, basically. But I'm glad they gave it the digital first kind of a thing to at least tell the next arc, the next chunk of story. But clearly they're not. I don't think they're producing it anymore. I haven't heard about it anymore, digital, whatever. If they were still doing it and they were going to put out another trade, I keep picking the trades up. Because you know me, I don't. There's the Santa Claus delivering the gift. I don't. I think you know me. I don't read digitally. I just don't enjoy it. But I would keep reading it in that. So yeah. And then I did just finish this week. Yesterday, I finished the 3rd volume of Alex and Ada, and I enjoyed this. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I was intrigued. I'm not even sure how to talk about it. I'm intrigued by it. The story, it was compelling, but very simple at the same time. The covers are great. The cover art is great. It's Jonathan Luna doing all the art, but the art inside is not nearly as dynamic or rich as the covers are. The cover art was much more impressive than the artwork inside. The artwork inside is very simplistic. This is another funny thing to talk about this book. I think it would have drove me crazy to have read this thing in singles. I don't know how I don't know if I would have kept reading it in singles because it moves at a snail pace. Not emotionally, but just as far as, it's a lot of it's just sitting around in the living room and that's all there is to it. It's very simple, and I don't know, I'm not sure, 100% sure I would have been gripped by it in single issues. But reading it like this, I really enjoyed it until we got to the ending. And I'm not going to pick on the ending. Part of it is probably just that I, Travis, do not... endings are never very good for me, I guess, in books, with a few exceptions. I just never that gung-ho. They always kind of land flat or not go where I wanted to, or I don't know. But I think talking to some people on Twitter, maybe if I had been reading this in singles and I wrote it clear out to the end, clear out to issue 15, I would have liked the ending more, because maybe I would have been more emotionally involved with the characters that are in the book than simply just ripping through it, because it doesn't take a lot to read. So that may have been the case. There are aspects of the ending that I really liked, but it almost feels like it was without consequence, really. I mean, one person pays a consequence because they actually pay for a crime that they committed, but beyond that, there really isn't anything. So yeah, and the end, the last bit of it, there's a heavy passage of time, and I guess I would have that's a story I would have been interested in seeing more of. Maybe I wanted it to go on because I wanted to see more of that. I don't know. Enjoyable as a whole. I would definitely recommend it. It's I think I would recommend it for anybody. This would probably go, excuse me, this would probably go on a list of books if I ran to somebody who thought they might possibly be interested in reading comics that I would give to. Or somebody who goes, comics are for kids, or those sorts of things. This would be an introductory comic to, hey, this is the type of stuff the comics could tell you. But I would give the caveat that the art is pretty straightforward. So not a big fan of the art. Didn't hate it, but it's just not, it wasn't gripping. The idea and there's lots of very still moments because it's so stagnant, lots of still moments, and I actually like the still moments in the book. It was those still moments where some of the stuff I liked about it. It created its own kind of tension, which was good. I mean, that's the stuff that I was invested in with the book. So, yay for that. Yeah, I think that's it. Don't know how short this was, but I'm trying to keep it short. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you watched, see you on the weekend. I hope you show up for a comic book roundtable. Should be some fun. Maybe we'll Bob from Apples. Maybe Comic to Comic will reenact his fire breathing act for us. Who knows? We'll see what we're gonna see and have a good time talking about comics at any rate. So yeah, have a great one, everybody.